Hello and welcome to this video that will show you how to access the data that you collected at LIX using the Jupyter Hub. So the Jupyter Hub is a central location where your data will be stored, from which you can download data, you can do your processing without having to install anything locally on your computer. So this is accessible from any web browser. The only thing you need is an active lab-wide BNL account, and you have to be listed on a particular proposal that you are able to access the data for. So the first thing, once you have all these credentials, you want to navigate to jupyter.nslsi2.bnl.gov, type in that username and password, sign in, and then select the scientific Python server. And once you do that, you will come to a screen that looks just like this. The first thing is you'll be put into your home directory, which is your personal directory that no one has access to but you. And a page that looks like this, where you'll see different types of kernels that you can use. You can open up a console or like terminals. You can open up a text file and create text files. You can make Python files. And this will be customized based on your needs. Essentially, all these other kernels are something that I've created. However, the standard kernel will be this Python 3 kernel, which you can use, that should be updated with the latest LIX tools and PY4XS software to do data analysis on this server. So several benefits, again, is that you don't have to install anything locally onto your computer. You can do all the processing here. And it also allows us to help you out when you get stuck on trying to do the data processing, because the notebooks that you'll be using in your directory are visible by the Beamline staff. And so then we can help you in case you get stuck somewhere or there's some sort of issue that comes up. So the first thing is that you'll be, again, brought into this home directory, which only you have access to. And now you have to navigate to where your data is located. So if you click on this folder here, it'll bring you to a top directory, and where you can then select the NSLSII directory, data, the Beamline, in this case, LIX, proposals, the cycle that you collected data in. So in this case, we're going to look at 2023-2. And then here you'll only see a list of proposal directories that you have access to, essentially where you are listed on that proposal. So we're going to click on the first one here. And here you'll find all the SAFs that are associated with that particular proposal. And we're going to look at this SAF. And you can see here we have a bunch of data and files in here. And so this is data that I collected using Lysozyme. And you can see that these Lysozyme files, these are sexsax files, are all in .h5 format. And in another video, we'll go into how to use the notebook and how to visualize all this data. But for now, we're just getting familiar with where your data is located and how to download it and what the files are. So you'll see a spreadsheet listed here. In this case, it was for SEC Sax, but these will be whatever spreadsheet that you filled out to identify your samples. So that will be here. You'll have Jupyter notebooks where you can do your data processing. That looks something similar to this. You'll have your exp.h5 file, which will give you the experimental parameter details for that day of collection. A standard file that corresponds to the silver bentonite that was collected during every day and collected during that particular day. And then if you're doing static Sax, which is not in this case, you'll have a water reference file here as well. So the other two directories here, this one is the most important, the process directory. So after you've been working on your notebook and finished all that processing and then exported your .dat files, they're going to go in here. And you can see in this case that you have your .dat files located in that folder there that you can download. So you can do this in a couple of ways. You can zip all the data into a zip file essentially, and then download it all at once. Or you can click on an individual file right-click on an individual file and then download it to your local hard drive if that's something that you want to do. You can also duplicate the data. This is useful if you want to create a notebook here. You can duplicate it and then start working in your notebook so you don't change what the previous notebook that you were working in. So that's kind of a useful feature. And then you can also create new files within here. You can create new notebooks, you can create rename files and things like that. If you want to upload a file, for example, let's say you created a spreadsheet of all your sample names and you want to put it in your directory, you just click on the upload and then you can browse to your local, through your local hard drive and upload whatever you need to. And with that, I'm going to conclude this video.